Hello students. Now we are going to learn lesson 1.4 from the English Kumar Bharati textbook for standard 9. Have you thought of the verb have? So come along then. Let's read and understand it. This video was made just for you. Do remember to like, share and subscribe. In this lesson, students, we are going to learn about the various ways in which we can make use of the verb have. Now, here is a question for you to reflect on. How many times do you use the verb have in your conversation or writing? Have you reflected on this? Have you thought about this? Think about it and try to keep a count of it for an hour or so. What do you find? Perhaps you have always thought of this versatile verb as an auxiliary or helping verb as we call it. So you must have always thought that this verb have, which is a versatile verb, that is, we can have multiple uses of this verb have. So that is the meaning of versatile, multiple uses. As an auxiliary, you must have always thought that we use have only as an auxiliary. Auxiliary means helping verb. But let's reflect, let's learn something more about this verb have. The helping verb have is used to form what we call perfect tenses. They have come, I had, clean, forgotten all about it, and to make negative sentences. They haven't come, I hadn't forgotten it. Okay, so let's learn more about this tense and try to understand how have is used and the various rules for using it. First, let us see the use of has, have and had in the perfect tense. In the present perfect tense, we use the verb has with singular nouns or pronouns. For example, Rohan has written the story very well. Sonia has won the match. The dog has chewed the pillow. In all the three sentences, we see that the noun Rohan, Sonia, and the dog are singular nouns. Therefore, we make use of the verb has along with the verb. Now, let's see the other examples. He has gone to the market. She has finished her meeting. It has eaten the food. In these three sentences, we see that the words he, she, and it are pronouns and they are singular pronouns. Therefore, we use the verb has along with the verb gone, finished, and eaten. We use the verb have with plural nouns or pronouns. For example, the children have worked hard for the project. The people have sat silently. The dogs have eaten the pie. Now, in these three sentences, we notice that the word children, people, and dogs are plural nouns. Therefore, we make use of the auxiliary verb have along with the main verb worked, sat, and eaten. Now let us go through some more examples. They have completed the construction on time. I have used all the flour for the cake. You have played the game very well. In all these three sentences, we see that the pronoun they, I, and you have been used, and with that, we use the verb have along with the verb completed, used, and played. Now, if you notice that I and you always take the verb have in the present perfect tense. In the past perfect tense, we use the verb had with singular as well as plural nouns and pronouns. For example, Ria had come forward to volunteer. The men had returned to their rooms. The boys had realized their mistake. They had organized the show. I had informed the police. You had practiced for a long time. So we see that whether the noun are singular or plural, or there are singular pronouns or plural pronouns, we use the verb had in the past perfect tense. We just learned how the verbs has, have, and had are used as auxiliary verbs. That is, they are used as helping verbs in the perfect tenses. But as a main verb, it is used to mean much more than you think. So let us see some examples how have is used as a main verb. So here are a few examples we use very frequently. So these are the 5 situations in which make use of the verb have. First one, in the following sentences, have indicates possession or ownership of something. Now, for example, my friend has a pet cat. So this shows possession. That is, my friend has a pet cat. So the pet cat belongs to my friend. I have a new pen. So here the new pen belongs to me. So I say I have a new pen. Do you have a cycle? So here someone is asking a question whether that person possesses a cycle. Our school has 6 computers. So here somebody is telling us about the school, how many computers they own. So that tells us that the school owns 6 computers. The municipality has 6 vans and 2 cars. So this tells us that the municipality has 6 vans and 2 cars. Now let's see some more examples in which have is used. In some cases, have is used to indicate relationship. For example, I have 2 sisters. So it tells someone that I have 2 sisters. The couple do not have children. Now here, have is used in a negative form. So do not. So the couple do not have children. So this shows that they do not have any children. I don't have a brother. Here again, it is used in the negative form, and we say, I don't have a brother. Now let's look at another example. We also use have to refer to eating and drinking. So let's acquaint ourselves with some examples. We have breakfast at 8 a.m. So it tells us at what time we have our breakfast. Have a slice of cake. So someone is instructing or telling someone to have a slice of cake. What would you like to have? Tea or coffee? So here is someone asking for, giving a suggestion. So whether they would like to have a tea or coffee. Can I have a glass of water, please? So here there is a request or is asking for something. So is asking for permission to have a glass of water. Let's see some more examples of the use of have. We also use have to refer to events, activities, and experiences. So let's see the examples for them. I am going to have a bath in the river. So it tells us what activity you are going to do. So you to say that I am going to have a bath in the river. Let us have a party for your birthday. So this is a suggestion. So we say, let us have a party. So you're suggesting of having a party. The class has a short break at 11 a.m. So here this is the activity that happens at 11 a.m. and so we have known about it now. So the class has a short break at 11 a.m. Did you have a good time at the wedding? So here this is a yes no question and somebody's asking us something. So did you have a good time at the wedding? I have a meeting this evening. So now you're informing someone that you have a meeting. That is, you have an activity, a meeting in the evening. Now let's look at the last example in this. Have is also used to refer to a medical or physical condition. So I have a headache. So you're informing someone that you have a headache. He has a cold. Here again, we're telling that he has a cold. Grandfather had a heart attack. So we are informing that grandfather had a heart attack. So if you see, the first 2 examples are in the present tense, whereas the third sentence is in the past tense. And in all the examples above, have is being used as a main verb. Let's continue with the lesson. In the sentences where have is used as a main verb, it is always used in the simple present or past tense. So, in the earlier slides, we had seen how it is used in the present perfect tense and in the past perfect tense. In the present perfect and past perfect tense, we use it as a helping verb. In present tense, we use has and have, and in past perfect, we use had as the auxiliary verb. But whenever we are making use of have as the main verb, we use it in the simple present or simple past tense. We do not use it in the present continuous form. So the present continuous form is not used in such cases. So we do not say, I am having a bicycle. He is having a cold. I am having a lot of homework. That's wrong to say. Instead, we say, I have a bicycle. He is, sorry, he has a cold. I have a lot of homework. Similarly, it is not used in the negative form as a main verb. So, we never say he hasn't a car. I haven't a cold. No. Instead, to indicate the negative, we use the auxiliary do along with the main verb have. For example, he doesn't have a car. I don't have a cold. Have fun exploring the use of have. So, you could make use of many such examples that we just learnt about and make your own sentences. Make as many sentences as possible. And whenever you're reading something or listening to something, be alert whenever the verb have or has or had has been used. Do solve the English workshop given to you at the end of the lesson. And to check your answers, you could visit our website at www.jkacademypro.com. You'll get the link in the description box below. And if you've enjoyed this lesson today, do remember to like, share, and subscribe. Bye bye.